Go ahead.
All right, so we were debating talent and skill here, and we had to bring Paul down because I don't think Mikey really agrees with him.
Okay, so I have evolved.
Now that the pressure's
Hold on. I have evolved. I don't know if it's in the direction that you agree with.
Okay.
I've evolved on my already. So just going into it, my feeling is, although everybody is born with a different body, people have certain genetic gifts over others. Hold on.
Yes.
Some people are given certain genetic gifts. But me personally, I don't consider that the talent. I consider that your body is just the tool, the instrument, whatever.
Yes.
My belief is the talent is your state of mind, is your way of thinking, your way of applying and using those gifts to the maximum abilities. I know plenty of people with plenty of physical gifts who haven't amounted to anything because either they took them for granted because it came too easy, they didn't see the value in the gifts they had, or whatever the case is. Now, there are those people who have those physical gifts and the mindset, and they're just next level.
I gotta say, you shifted.
How did I shift? That's
You
always
shifted to a point of like now you're totally right. This was not
hold
your
on.
stance.
Okay. Yes, it was. What would you say?
It wasn't.
My stance was
Mikey
always
said-
talent is
Basically-
in the mind, not the body.
No, basically what happened is it was all off that Conor McGregor quote of "There's no such thing as talent; it's all mind." And I was like, "That's bullshit."
And I was like, that is the talent. The mind is the talent.
Yes, that was exactly your position.
It
and
is.
my point
That's
was
still my position.
No, I think mindset is a talent, but there is such thing as, in my eyes, there is such thing as a talent. And to me, you kind of proved it. You were not there last time we talked. Of some people have a God-given talent to perform better at a certain thing than others. Let's involve no mindset. Let's just take that out for a second. We both have equal mindset. That doesn't mean we're going to be equal talent at our craft. One person has a gift, might have a bigger gift or bigger talent at that craft than someone else. And your argument was, nah, dog, it's all mindset.
My argument was talent. Mindset is the talent.
Is a talent.
I think it's the talent. This physical stuff is the gift. The talent is how to apply it, in my opinion.
I was under the impression that this is what was told before
yeah,
you came
this
down
is-
the stairs,
and was felt.
that Paul believes that it doesn't matter like about talent. You can, your brain and your mind can make you do anything you want.
That's not totally untrue. I think the power of the mind is more powerful than anything that we have. That's my belief.
Yes.
I do agree that it's undeniable that, LeBron James physically has plenty of different gifts that I don't have.
Absolutely. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm sure,
Damn,
but I know
this
that
is
there's
new,
lots
though,
of people
dog. This
in
is
this world
new.
who have the same build and seemingly physical abilities as he would. Other people in the NBA, but they don't perform like him. That's the mind. Because he's determined to be the best. He's determined to be the greatest. He's determined to be the most talented.
Yes,
to me,
he
that's
is.
the talent.
Yeah. And I think that we're all born with a talent, the God-given talent, okay? And, Oprah says it's our job on this earth as humans to figure out what that is. Now, here's the thing. We may be born and we may be good at two things. Just say I'm good at skateboarding, but my God-given talent is soccer. But I love skateboarding and I'm pretty good at it. So I just keep bashing away at that. And I don't even take into consideration soccer. So it's not just having the ability to understand, mindset. It's, can you recognize talent? Can your parents recognize what talent is at a young age to say, my 5-year-old is talented and gifted at skateboarding. So we're just going to keep, putting in that. We don't get the outlet to do that. We can't go and try every single sport in the world. How do you know? You could have been a world champion surfer.
Where my mindset is, I 100% could have if I was determined to become one. I believe I could be a great boxer if I was determined to become one.
Oh, that's a very tall.
There we go.
I'm not saying it's easy.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's easy,
No.
but other human beings with 2 arms and 2 legs do it. So why can't I? I have no ailments. I mean, at the moment I do actually. But when I was 12 and I picked up skateboarding,
Okay.
I could have easily have started boxing at that point, and should I have decided that I want to put the enthusiasm I did behind skateboarding into boxing. No doubt in my mind, I could have been great at it.
Could you be an NBA player?
Spud Webb was.
But could you?
If I had the same fire desire that I had in skateboarding, I believe I could be whatever I want to be.
Ooh.
I honestly, and here was my evolution on what I thought, because I haven't even said my evolution is, I think it all hinges on faith. Like, if you have faith that you can become and do whatever you can, if you really believe it, you can, then you can.
I believe that.
If you really believe you can't, you also are right.
100%.
But that's faith also, just faith in not being able to do it.
You call it faith, I call it science. Okay?
One and the same.
Because if you believe you can, then you trick your brain into believing that you can, and therefore your brain believes that you can, and so et cetera, so on and so forth. Whatever you tell your brain, you become. Now, the thing is, I think, you get two people, they look exactly the same, you train them the exact same way, they think that they're both great. One of them's going to win. They're both not. If one of them is going to win, and it's going to come down to the way they were born, and that's that's the smallest part of DNA that fits into it.
That's
where it comes
but
down
there's
to
been
it.
plenty of boxing matches that have not come out with winners. Plenty of fights that have not come out with winners.
Of course. What do you mean by that?
Well, that nobody won.
No. Sorry. What I'm saying is, you get two people. Just say you get twins. Grow them at the exact same to make them think the same, do the same, be the same. Train them the same, their talents are the same, someone's going to win.
I believe that there is an immeasurable thing that we haven't figured out how to measure. And it's the only difference at that point in my assessment is whose fire is burning stronger inside. You can't, only they know that. Only the person, the individual knows how strong their fire is burning. So if there's two people brought up and trained the exact same circumstances, identical, and one of them fantasizes about being the winner a little more and dreams about it when they're going to sleep, you can't quantify that, or you can't necessarily study those things that I know of. You can't study of how much is this person visualizing as they're laying in bed or thinking about it. How much is this person waking up thinking about it, eating, thinking about it every second, obsessing about it. How much is that person doing that? From the outside, he may have a twin brother, the same thing, going through the same physical motions, but the other twin brother might just be like going through the motions, not adding the emotional elixir connected with that. So the other brother would just be like, yeah, I'm punched the bag 100 times just like you did today, but I might be thinking I'm punching the world champion in the face. I'm seeing him in the bag. The other guy might just be hitting the bag. I might be fighting with the world champion for my life every time I punch that bag.
So you're saying that the winning ingredient, I'm saying that we've got the mixture, okay? We've got everything there, but what's that cherry on top? You're saying the cherry on top is the fire inside.
That's one way of labeling it, yeah.
What's your cherry on top?
I totally agree with that. It was, our conversation was a little different, but I completely agree with almost everything you just said. The only part I would differ on is I don't think you can be like, I don't think I could be, God, pick something random.
But that's the key right there is you're right. If you don't think you can,
I don't think anyone can. I actually think there's certain things that people cannot be genetically, no matter how bad they want it. I think some people's physical will not allow that to happen, no matter how bad they want. Other than that one point you made, I agree with everything you said. Even with the want, I think you could want it as more than any single person on this planet and not have it based on if your body can even manage being that thing you want it to be.
I believe, and this is just getting wacky, and I don't have any proof of it, and I haven't necessarily seen anyone do it, but I believe, you know how they say we've only unlocked a small portion of our mind, and there's so much more to the mind to be tapped into. I believe, like, here's a theory I have about Michael Jordan that I read one time. Actually, no, it was in a documentary. From what I understand, no one else in his family is over 6 feet tall. And he got cut from his high school basketball team I think it was 9th grade or 10th grade. And they just said he was too small, said he wasn't good enough, whatever they say, that didn't qualify for the team. That summer, he worked so hard playing against his older brother, and his dad would come in, and he would be in his closet hanging upside down, trying to stretch himself out. And I don't know that itself is actual work, but I think he willed it. He wanted it so bad that somehow, some way, there's some extra force that just saw the sheer will and determination and just said, fuck it, I'll let him grow.
You know what? Maybe. See, now I do think, like how you said, like if I wanted to be a boxer, I could be a boxer. If I want to be a skier, I think people like you or me who have good hand-eye coordination or athletic, I do agree with you that in that space of if I wanted to play basketball or play soccer and was able to put the same focus and dedication, obsession into that, I could have been a professional at that. I totally agree with that. Uh-huh. But I think if you take something that I am not built for, like music, I'm.
What you mean? You live by the music?
No. As far as like
singing,
yeah. As far as singing, I will never be like as much as I would dream to be like, I don't know, who's a Justin Timberlake. Mm-hmm. I don't have it in me. As much as I want it, I don't have that ability.
Then you're right.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, let me throw
then you're right.
Throw one more thing out there, Paul. Let me borrow that mic. I think that you can
Eric,
be.
I am one of the worst singers ever.
You were at my house the other day singing. It was I wanted to record you.
I think I could get better. I think I could improve at it.
So
I don't think I'll ever be Justin Timberlake.
Let me throw this out there because I think this is a good way of saying.
I'm just saying though.
Wait, hold on. Let me say this. So I think genetics and talent, natural talent, can eliminate you, but I think the winning ingredient is your mindset.
I agree.
That's what I think.
I totally agree.
I also think that it's who can suffer the longest.
David Goggins, right? You know him?
Yes, David. Yeah.
I just found out about him 3 days ago.
Really?
I believe the reason why I say that is because suffering, and so many people say there's all these quick fixes. Yes, you can get rich quick. Yes, you can get thin quick. But we're not really saying that. You have to suffer on some level. If you're overweight and you love food, not eating food, that's a form of suffering because, but that you have to do that. So losing weight, getting fit, getting healthy, you have to suffer, but you can only suffer for so long. That's why entrepreneurship, that's why people go out of business within the first 5 years because they can't keep suffering. They just can't handle it. So can you suffer if someone starts learning and starts, hitting the tennis ball against the wall at age 10, okay? And then by the age of 20, they've done 10 years of suffering, so of training, hard work. And then if somebody at 20, okay, decides to do it for 2 or 3 years, just because they want it and their desires, they still haven't been doing it long enough.
Bernard Hopkins started boxing at 20 years old. He boxed till he was 50. He's one of the greatest ever. I hear everything you're saying, and in 99.9999999% cases that is absolutely true. But I don't see the point in putting any limitation on it.
No,
I don't see the point in even debating what isn't possible.
The mind is limitless, yes.
Call me crazy. I believe in higher power. I believe in God. I believe the universe, whatever you want to say. And I think it's possible. People have landed on the moon. I think it's possible. People have figured out how to precisely from this planet create devices that can fly on planets that are circling thousands and thousands of miles an hour and figure out how to mathematically launch to another place that is basically a grain of sand compared to the distance we are precisely to land on that thing.
I mean, things happen, you think, how the hell did that happen? I get that. Explain to me, what is your greatest desire then? What is your biggest goal?
At the moment, I want to become a great actor.
Okay. Just a great actor. I'm sure right now, I mean, if you get up there with the script, I'm sure you could be great. But what's the most precise?
I want to be a successful actor.
And do you want to be in a movie?
A-list movie star.
Okay, so like Will Smith.
Sure.
I did not know that about you.
Sure.
That's fantastic.
Sure, yeah.
You kind of remind me of someone who should have been on Saved by the Bell.
I grew up watching it. Loved that show.
See this? I didn't know that.
Love the show.
That's amazing. And do you believe that, before you die, will you be...
I do. I dream about it every day. And if I don't reach that, that's because at some point I allowed myself to lose the fire. I allowed myself to just stop or give up, especially with something like that, because you can act till you're dead as long as you can move,
Oh, here's
Anthony
a good
Hopkins,
thing.
so I could, even if I hadn't made it at 70 years old, maybe at 71.
Exactly.
I will,
Now, maybe this will be able to separate the two. Do you believe that you can just think your way into it, and not put in the work? Like The Secret. Just sit there and think, I'm going to be in a movie one day, but not actually go out there and go through the auditions and learn the scripts. Do you think that you can just sit there and think about it, make yourself believe you are? Got him. Quickly filming now.
I know the answer to this. Go ahead and answer it, Paul.
Obviously, you're going to want me to say no. But like I said, I believe in God, and I'm not like a religious, person shoving it down. This is just my belief. I believe true prayer, full faith, anything can happen. So maybe, just maybe, that's happened in real life. Maybe, just maybe, if I pray for it every single day, please God, just let me be in a movie and become a big star. Maybe I'm at In-N-Out Burger, right in a little bit when we go. And somehow the biggest executive producer just happens to be in line next to us and sees me. Holy shit. This part we've been casting for this person, it's this fucking guy. This is the guy. Oh my God, I can't believe.
He looks like
Here,
it.
Yep. You are the person that I have envisioned to be this script. We've auditioned 10,000 people. Not even the one person has walked over that I even felt like was a person. I can't believe I'm here In-N-Out and I stood right next to you. I believe things of that nature can occur, yeah.
Okay.
That happened to Pamela Anderson. I don't know if she prayed for it or asked for it. She was, I think she was just at a baseball game or something. Somebody said, you're a star.
But did she want it?
I don't know. That I
See,
don't
that's
know.
the thing. Maybe she didn't want it. She just thought, well, someone's
I
offered me
believe
this.
somehow, if you believe in the law of attraction, I believe she was doing something to attract it. If life is a vacuum and you're attracting whatever is into your circumstances, good or bad, whatever you perceive it to be, whatever you're doing is attracting whatever's your reality. So somehow she was attracting it.
If you want to be this, and this is your life goal, this is the end for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what you want to be.
I don't know if it's the end.
Oh, not the end, but
that's my next frontier.
Then why are you like the world's greatest skateboarder?
Because that was my first. That was my first love. At that time, I didn't want to be a phenomenal actor. My family, my father, he's done some acting. He's a fairly well-known stand-up comedian, done lots of movies. I grew up on movie sets and TV sets and met Will Smith when I was a little boy. Mr. T had me on his shoulders when I was a little kid. I've seen a lot of celebrities, and everyone around my father and family would tell me, even my mother, she worked in the business, oh, you should be an actor, you should be an actor. And for some reason, even as a little kid, that annoyed me. That I had to be an actor, like you guys, I don't know, like I just, even as a little kid, I couldn't explain them, but I wanted to find out what I wanted to do on my own. Didn't want it to be shoved down my throat. And my mom would take me to auditions when I was a little kid for commercials, and I would be sitting there, I don't want to be here. And she'd be like, but babe, but son, you're so talented, you're goofy and this and that. I don't care, I don't want to be here. I want to be playing with my friends or whatever. And I remember one time I went to an audition, I was just, and they're like, if you don't want to be here, you shouldn't be here. You're wasting our time. Okay, bye. Like, I stomped down. I was grumpy, right?
Yeah.
And skateboarding just came into my life. I always knew I wanted to be something fantastic, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I didn't know early what it is. And I started playing baseball. I was really good. All the coaches in the little league, every season, they would always want to draft me on their team. I started doing martial arts. I wanted to be Bruce Lee. I wanted to make martial arts films. I would say I was pretty good at that for my age and time, and I faded out. Because I fell in love with guitar playing. I wanted to be Jimi Hendrix, my favorite guitar player of all time. So I played guitar for a few years, every single day, hour. I wanted to be in a band. I wanted to be Kurt Cobain. Nirvana was my favorite band, and I wanted to be a great guitar player like Jimi Hendrix. Always, this is how I dreamed. Always. And then all of a sudden, I'm go to a new school. I seen some kids skateboarding, and all of a sudden, I could give a shit about the guitar almost like overnight. It was just, whoa, what's that? And I had to learn and make friends with him, and that was my new obsession. And that was the only thing that the next thing never came and took my attention away. And then after, I started gaining some success, momentum, and all that, and I'm even at this point in my career, I've scratched the itch. I've never dreamed I would be in this home like this because of skateboarding. I didn't know I could dream about that at the time. As time went on, I knew that it could eventually happen. But when I was 12 years old, I want to have my name on a skateboard and my name on shoes, right there and right there. And I was like, that was my goal. And then just more things unfolded, and then as time went on, and I remembered I did have as a kid, I did have some passion for acting, and then it just crept in. It crept in like, well, now I can choose to be an actor. It wasn't shoved on me. I found my own way, made my own path. My dad's connections couldn't have made me a great skateboarder, or anything couldn't have made me except my desire to become one. And then now, and that could be stubborn, pride, whatever, because there's plenty of people who grew up in the industry who became phenomenal actors through their family, and that's great. But this just was my path, and now that bug started hitting me and more and more. It's getting stronger, reminiscent to how it felt when I started skating. Right now, you guys are doing that. I'm upstairs reading my scene for class on Saturday, practicing.
Oh, so I didn't know you went to class. When they said you're reading, I'm like, I wonder what he's reading.
Okay. Long-winded answer to
No,
that
I
answer.
loved it.
Do you think that's possible? I think anything is possible, literally anything. And if you really say, like, you believe in a higher power, whatever, and even I'm not like religion, like I said, but if you're really gonna go on a limb and say I believe in God, then you got to believe in God. You know what I mean? Then do it. Otherwise, you're just wasting air. So I believe anything is possible. Anything. If you have a strong enough desire, willpower, prayer, every day and day. I don't know. I'm not saying it will happen for everyone, but I'm not putting a limitation on it. That's all I know.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let's do this to wrap this up. What's the key ingredient?
Oh.
We're talking about talent, skill, mindset. What is the key ingredient? Or not just like one word, like what's your take? Let's wrap it up with that.
Faith.
Perfect.
Whether yourself, higher power, just faith. I fucking got this.
Mikey.
Key ingredient to me is probably determination, mindset, determination.
Okay. Diamond Boss. Louisa.
There's so many.
It's hard to put it in. Putting it in one word is actually limiting.
Presence.
Yeah. Expand a little bit.
Because I think that you achieve your greatest results in life, on the field, off the field, in relationships, when you are in the present moment neurologically. Gotcha. So I think that if you're constantly in the present moment, 24 hours of the day, you're going to be producing the best results. The best results produce the best results, produce the best results. Just keeps going up.
Love it.
100%. I 100% agree with that.
All right, you guys. Thank you for debating. We got a lot more insight from Paul than we thought.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for doing it, Paul.